Back to t-shirt weather, back to normal weather. After last week's sub-zero, I'm in short sleeves and it feels so nice. That cold makes normal feel really, really warm, which is the point of today. It's Monday, interval day for me. I did 6 by 2 minute intervals at threshold speed and wattage. And I just wanted to see if heart rate meshed with the start of this new phase. So everything was good there. But I wanted a quick tip on intervals. I found that in warming up doing intervals, it's better to do a longer, easier warm up than a shorter, faster warm up. And what I always do before the main set of the intervals is I have my athletes do pickups. So today I did 4 by 30-second pickups, and these pickups are building to a much faster speed than my interval plan. Okay, so not only am I warming my body up physically to prepare for the main set of the intervals, I am also preparing the mind. And by doing part of your warm-up at pickups much faster than your interval goal pace, that's going to register in your brain, and it's going to make your goal pace of your intervals feel just a little bit easier. So again, just like the cold last week is making today feel a lot warmer, your warm-up and those pickups during your warm-up should kind of do some of the same thing for your brain. It just makes things just feel that much easier and helps you dial into what your appropriate pace is. Secondly, and what I really wanted to dive into today is rituals. You know, every elite athlete has a ritual. If you watch a baseball player running in and out from the outfield, their ritual might be not to step on any lines. The pitcher going in and out of going onto the mound, he'll jump over the foul ball line. Okay, all these rituals. A basketball player at the free throw line, he'll bounce it a certain amount of times every time and then shoot. Same with the tennis player. You know, once they're serving, they do it all the time the same way. It's their ritual. A hockey player, a goalie, they're always the first out on the ice, and they have their ritual of how to scrape off the ice in the crease. So you start watching some of these elite athletes and what they do and their ritual. And what this does is it resets the brain. It prepares you for what you want to do. So today, on my intervals, and I always do this on my intervals, is that right before the start of my next interval, or during my warm-up, I'll back up a minute. During my warm-up, I think of a couple things that I really want to work on during my intervals. So today, it was working on my head positioning. Running mountains all summer, I get in a habit of dropping my head because I have to look at terrain and watch where I'm going. And I found when I get back on the road in the fall, I drop my head when I don't have to, and our head's heavy. So if my head's dropped, it's a lot of weight for me to carry. So I wanted to really practice on holding my head erect and looking straight ahead into the horizon. Secondly, I wanted to work on just being relaxed and trusting my effort. These are 2-minute intervals at threshold. So at threshold speed, at 2 minutes, these really aren't that fast relative to the distance I'm going or the time I'm going. So the worry or the concern is that since it's only 2 minutes, that I might run them a lot faster. And being the start of the next phase, that's not the purpose, and I'll get myself into trouble. So the second thing I wanted to focus on is just relax, trust that it'll be there, and I don't have to go any faster, and just let that be successful. So getting back to the ritual, so I've got my 2 things to think about. Before the start of my next interval, about 15 seconds before, I'll be running along, and I'll think of the 2 things, remind myself of what I need to work on. Upright head, relax, trust yourself. And then I do my ritual. And for me, during intervals, my ritual is to blink my eyes 3 times, and then I go. If I'm doing my sunglasses up and down, I always will put my sunglasses on and then blink my eyes 3 times. That resets my brain. That tells me, okay, it's time to work. It's time to do what I need to do. And that's my ritual. So find a ritual for you on your interval days and see how that helps really reset the brain, and it focuses you, puts you in the moment. Okay, you don't worry about, oh, I have to do six intervals. You just focus on that next one, and it's super helpful. And then when you're done with your intervals, celebrate. I always celebrate. That's my ritual to end it, okay? I give myself permission to celebrate being successful and doing all 6 of them, okay? I celebrate. And then I think about, okay, how does this feeling feel? It feels pretty darn good. I just accomplished something today and I feel really good about it. And so you can use that to your advantage the next time you don't want to go out for a run. And think about when you don't want to go out and do those intervals, or it just doesn't feel right that day, ask yourself, do I want to feel like crap the rest of the day because I didn't get out and do what I wanted to do or do what I should have done? Or do I want the feeling I know I'll have once I've accomplished it? Okay, and usually that celebratory euphoria feeling always wins out. And focus on how you're going to feel when you know you've accomplished something, and help that let you get out the door. All right. Happy Monday. Sun's out, guns out, and remember, run forward, live backwards. See ya.